we're introducing play-based, which is our method. It is something that assists service design in the beginning of the design process. And we had a cool idea of combining role-playing games like D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, with a design workshop. So type in the chat, let us know if you know D&D or you play with it.
Holy crap, it's fast. Okay, so play-based, it is our method. And it's leveraging the fact that play is proven to be good for our brain power. It's how we learn, how we explore, how we relax, and how we connect. And studies show that it allows us to take in novelty and newness, use it to adapt and become more flexible and have a good time in the process.
Right, and role-playing game is proven to be best for getting all these amazing adult education benefits of play and simulation. So role-play is used in therapy, build empathy and understand other perspectives. And it is more approachable and more structured than the role-play method that we're using in design.
So what is a role-playing game exactly? And I'm happy to see that Tim at least knows what we're talking about. So it's a world a story and characters are brought to life. And there's a game master, which is sort of a storytelling or like a workshop facilitator. And they weave your stories together in the course of play. And within the rules, players have the freedom to improvise. Their choices and actions shape the game.
So yeah, behind the magic and elves and spell casting is actually teamwork and problem solving. In the game, you have a group of characters who adventure together, and each of them has a special role like a healer, a wizard, a tank, a rogue, or some special power. And the idea is that they provide a unique contribution to the team. But it sounds like what you would need for the workshop, right? So it's not such a stretch. It is design sprints and workshop that we have roles as well. Like you have a designer, you have users, and you have people standing for the business.
So in our game, we use this idea of character balance, and we made 5 characters who, when they act together as a team, they can shape the future. So this is our take on systems. Each character represents an element that can contribute to the successful innovation. So you've got social responsibility, regulation, business, innovation, and education. And within the game, you're faced with a scenario and players act and decide what they're going to do according to the scenario. They use a skill. You decide, see if other people want to help you or if you want to be helped by using a trend card. And then you roll a dice to determine the outcome, what happens with your action, does it succeed or fail? And the game master would describe the scenario. First, you're introduced to these missions. So this might be a mission that says, hey, delivery drones have gone haywire in the shopping plaza, protect the people and get the drones under control, for example. And in these, the quest is the situation. It's context and it's challenge, and it's what the team needs to explore to learn. So each mission is a chunk learning moment to engage with. And the missions are interchangeable. If one company needs to explore the future of energy, we create new stories for them. It's not handing people a report, it's giving them research that they can play within.
And we noticed that not everyone can just go and be like, I can tell stories. So sometimes participants don't know how to play and how to tell stories. So we have the helping mechanic, like a trend, action cards, which help them imagine how the character would act in that situation. And they are open-ended, suggested ways of thinking.
And then we have, in the workshops, trend cards. The trends and facts often get ignored in workshops, and so we want people to use active learning, so we give them a benefit in the game when they leverage the trend card, when they can weave it into their story. So it's like they're incentivized to use it.
So you're missing the GIF here, but by mixing all these elements together, we build a collaboration we need. Is trend card makes stakeholders more like designers, and characters make designers more like stakeholders. The mechanics allowed us to explore the connections between them and the stories. And we found that play-based meets our needs in 3 ways. It's building upon shared knowledge, teamwork, and allowing space for experiment. These 3 aspects are what's simple and key to building a strong foundation for innovative products and services. And here are some key benefits that we want to extract it for you.
Yeah, so what's cool is that games are the chance to enforce desired behaviors. You get to actually set the rules. And what we're enforcing here is collaboration. We're getting people out of their silos, and hopefully people will stop thinking that their expertise is an absolute answer, and they will start building upon each other.
And yes, collaboration is important in role-playing game because each is contributing their special power to the team. One may be good at data and one may be good at leveraging policy. The game dynamic is all about working together and contributing, building on each other.
And it's pressure free. So it's not like everyone's competing to have the greatest combination of post-it notes. It's pressure free because the success, it's just in the dice. Like you can say whatever you want and try the craziest thing, but it determines, it's how you roll. It's great when it goes right, and you learn a lot when it goes wrong. And most importantly, it's not you.
And it is engaging, and not only because it is fun and improvising, but also because you're building your own character and you're building your own story. So you step into someone's shoes, someone's situation, and you get to know them better.
And finally, it's storytelling. And actively telling a story makes it more memorable, and it induces empathy. And storytelling leverages abstraction. It's a way to sneak in knowledge as well. So people love Star Wars because of the story, but they never stop to think that they've just received a crash course in Fascism 101. And to be honest, it's a kind of complicated method. It's hard to create, and it's not a golden hammer. It's not right for every situation or team, but it is really fun and really rewarding to do with people, and I hope you are inspired by it, or at least try a game in your free time. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we have a few questions here. That was great. I don't know if you can see jazz hands, but we'll get some jazz hands in there.
Thank you.
We have two questions. We probably have one more person could probably ask a question and get it in. So both questions have to do with the missions. We have people wondering how long it takes to develop a mission or a story for a new project, and who's involved in crafting that mission.
Yeah, so it's a process, like that's one design process of its own. We involve anyone who's so for example, we have this idea of doing a Scrum setting so that people in the Scrum team could learn how to do Scrum, and that we would involve like Scrum Master, developers, and so on to see how the Scrum setting in that firm looks like. And they would contribute into the stories and like what situation they want to explore. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say it can take a fair amount of time to kind of synthesize all of the research that you do, depending on what the topic is, and that can involve many different things like interviewing people or desk research. Kind of combining it all together and figure out what it's like when you're preparing a research brief, like what information do you want people, what do you want to stick? And so that's what goes into the mission.
Yeah, how much, like we have one set that is called Smart City, which we hope that it could fit to like different businesses, because at some point you will all have to deal with smart devices, smart products, and like data collection, but also like how much do you deviate it from the original one that we have. Also, I think maybe we get like a brief that is not so much deviated from the original mission that we have, and so that would not take so much time.
Great, thank you so much. And just so you know, you've sparked in the chat, there seem to be quite a few people interested in D&D in general. So if you ever want to do an intro just to that, it seems like you have some nibbles already.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think everybody should absolutely get into it, and don't just do the intro, like start a game, get into a game.
Right,
it works online, socially distant.
Perfect. Yeah. All right, thank you so much.